So I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the best when it comes to remembering the names of every single camera and every bit of lighting equipment. What I have learnt, however, is if something looks good, it's usually going well. This video will show my engagement in cinematography of this semester. I have learnt so much in cinematography to the point where I have gone to America this past summer and taught children filmmaking. I base my teaching methods off my experience. Most of this is from university. I have been involved in a documentary and short dramas. One of my recent dramas was called God Will Judge. She takes homeless people in and kills them as she believes that their life is a sin. The production of the film was interesting. One thing I didn't think of was the lighting setup and how it would affect the look in terms of colour grade of the film.
Spare us some change.
So you can waste it on things that'll kill you?
Taking the piss?
Stop complaining and drink up your drink, man. What's your name?
Jeremy, what's yours?
Faith.
On this film we worked with a Canon C300 Mark I. We used this because effectively it was the easiest to use, and also the colours in our film were very bold. Bright oranges and bright blues. It picked them up and gave us the stairway to hell heaven look we wanted. Throughout most of the film the lighting was quite overexposed, so through the colour grading this was toned down. One shot I really dislike in this film is the tracking dolly shot.
That was chosen for me. By who? God?
The Lord has a plan for all of us, Jeremy. We all have a choice. Are you trying to tell me parents never...
I didn't have any parents.
Point 1. It's out of focus a lot of the time. And number 2, it's not a smooth tracking shot and it's clearly noticeable. Note to self, we were on a hill when it was filmed. However, I feel like if this track was laid out properly, by making sure it was level, this would stop the jarring and make the shot better. Through practicing cinematography sessions, I'm sure this could be done. On here I'm focus pulling. Notice how the dolly grip is making sure he is right and taking a few runs at this, making sure he has calculated the weight and speed he needs to go. One thing I have picked up on about the cameras is that the camera we have recently learned about, such as the f55, f5 and the Canon C300 Mark II, is that the f55 would have been better to film this shot on. The f55 would be better for our creative vision, specifically in God Will Judge. One example is that the menu options are easier, so instead of faffing around with the actual setup of the camera, you can be creative and make decisions for the film. Our setup on set took a very long time. We took way too long worrying about lighting and could have improved on this. Through practice though, we did improve. As you can see, the lighting in the back is flooded in. It's way too bright and we are getting spills, so to improve this, we added filters in the lighting to make the oranges look dimmer rather than making them look so bold. One of the nighttime scenes was my favourite though, because I have a slight obsession with chiaroscuro. The reason for me liking it is because of Billy Wilder films like Double Indemnity in 1944. Just everything about it and the way it adds to the cinematography.
So I let her have it straight between the eyes. She didn't fool me for a minute, not this time.
One of my favourite lights to set up is a Chinese lantern. I learnt about that in the semester 2 of cinematography. The Chinese lantern is a lot softer. It's better to use for natural daylight or sunsets rather than a big light like the 2K light.
We did set it up with a dimmer, but...
We set it up with a dimmer, yeah. And this is what a dimmer does.
Alright, I'm blind.
Here is our lovely DOP, Milo.
Hello.
Yes. Milo, what's this called?
This is our lovely bit of baking tray paper put over a wood frame.
Yes, is that literally what it is?
No, but that's what it actually is, but I don't know whether there's a specific name. I guess it'd just be a frame with a diffuser on it. Yeah.
Frame with a diffuser on it, yes. Myself personally though, I'm more of an editor. My ambition in life is to become an editor. So I don't know a lot about cinematography, or nearly as much as I should. I do know that with more communication and less dilly-dallying, that we would have been a more effective team. So in conclusion, what I have learnt from the past semester is that communication is key, and to plan everything. Planning includes making sure your set is organised and making sure everybody knows their job.